Hello everybody, it's Becky Bamboo. How y'all doing? I know most of you guys just got done in Nashville, and I'm very jealous, and I hear that we're going to Portland next year for WLSFA meet and greet. And one of our people in our community happens to live out there and is trying to get her husband convinced that some of us need to come out and stay with them during the meet and greet. And I'd be really excited if that is going to be possible. Meet and greet for me is kind of a bucket list thing that, God, I can't wait to get to go and like hug so many of you that still do videos and I still watch and follow on Facebook, and it's for such a good cause, and I've just always wanted to know what it's all about. So I'm hoping one of these days I'm actually going to get to sit and have a face-to-face conversation with many of you rather than doing it through video. But let's talk about where I'm at, what I'm doing, what's new. So today is Thursday, May the 19th of 2016. I will be a full 8 weeks post-op of my L4-5 anterior posterior spinal fusion tomorrow. I'm 8 weeks of the anterior as of yesterday, and it'll be 8 weeks of the posterior as of tomorrow. So at 8 weeks, I really can feel the strength coming back in my body every couple of days. I feel like I take a step forward. I no longer really feel like I'm backsliding at all. It's a progressively improving time in my life, which is awesome. I'm getting super tired of this doodad every day, but I am consistent. I wear it every single day for 4 hours. I haven't missed a day yet. I don't intend on missing any days until they tell me I can quit wearing it, which I'm hoping will be in another however many weeks. First week of July is when I go back for my next visit with my surgeon. That's when I have my big CT scan to make sure that the bones have fused, and I'm hoping that if they have, there will be no need for this anymore. But I am consistent with it. I had my 6-week checkup, obviously 2 weeks ago, and everything looks great. Hardware's in perfect place. I'm feeling tremendous, to say the least. I feel really good. So activity. The first 6 weeks post-op, I was on a really limited activity level. Because for the first 4 weeks, I was trying to actively heal a wound that didn't want to heal on my back. I had a seroma that was draining fluid. We had to use pressure dressings and all kinds of stuff, and finally 4 weeks later it healed. So for 6 weeks I didn't really do anything. So at the 6-week visit I said, what can I do? Please tell me I can do something. So I was released to walk as much as I want, and this is how he put it: walk, 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 and push yourself a little bit every day. So I have been very consistent with walking. The only days that I don't walk are usually when it's raining. I'm not at home yet. I don't have access to my treadmill yet. So the only days that I don't walk are the days it's raining, and it's usually been falling nicely because my mom and I have just been cleaning on the days it's been raining. So it's been raining like a couple days a week, and so I stay active in the house doing other stuff versus just out walking. And then the other thing that I can do is I'm sitting on my exercise ball, and I can do crunches. And I just want to show you guys what this involves. So it's not a huge movement. It's not a lot of activity. It's just to strengthen my abs and prevent a blowout of this incision that's down here. I have an incision that's literally from my thumb to the tip of my middle finger. It's about how far it goes on this lower pad of fat and skin and all that fun stuff that so many of us got to deal with. So I have to strengthen my abs and stuff to prevent blowout of that incision when I get ready to pick up my daughter. I'm finally about there. A week from today, week from tomorrow, somewhere in there, I can finally lift my daughter for the first time post-op. So 9 full weeks without being able to just on my own pick her up. I am very excited for that moment. All these little things through here have been, they're huge milestones. It seems like small little things, like the first day I was allowed to go walk. Very emotional for me. It still is. It's still fresh. It's, this is me getting to carve back into the lifestyle that I loved before this all happened and before this all started. So, the thought of picking her up without pain is incredible because I've literally never done that. I've never picked her up without just shocking pain down my back, down my leg, so I'm excited about that. That's huge. That's a cool idea. It's a cool, everything. It's really neat to know that I'm finally going to be able to do that. So, I did fall last week. I bit it pretty hard out on the driveway, just walking. I still don't really know how it happened other than the surgeon told me the day after I went in, I had to go in and get x-rays done and make sure all the hardware was fine and all that good stuff. He said, you're always going to have weakness in this right leg and it's going to come like hit and miss, periodic. So you have to be really mindful of your steps and mindful of where you are and what you're doing all the time. So I guess my leg just gave out and I fell and I'm okay. I'm banged up and my ego got bruised pretty good, but my left knee is sore and I sprained my right ankle, but it's all that's better. The only thing that's left is there's a little bit of soreness like to the touch of my left knee. So that set me back a few days on my crunches and on my walking because he said, you need to let your body heal. And I know that's hard to just sit and not do anything, but let it heal. So by Friday, I fell on a Tuesday. By Friday of last week, I felt much better. So I just kind of I got back into my routine. So it didn't set me back very many days, which was good. Yeah, so otherwise I would be at the point this week where I could be lifting her, but it's going to have to wait another week, which is fine. The thing that I can say, I know that I've gotten so many new subscribers, and I know these have to be people who are watching wanting information about spinal fusion because there's just not a lot of good information out there, at least not in video format and to hear from patients themselves. The only thing I can say, and I stand by this with everything that I've done in my life thus far, you find a doctor that you trust, you do exactly what they say. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, you do what they tell you. So, it's been terribly hard to sit for, days and days and days when I felt like I could be doing more, especially in my mind. My mind told me I could do much more, but I've trusted the process. I've trusted the surgeon, and you know what? I feel super good, and I know it's because I'm listening to what he's saying. He did his part by doing the surgery the right way. I have to do my part by listening and doing the recovery the right way. So, we're getting there. I am progressively tapering off of all of the medications I've been on, which for what feels like forever. I've taken so many drugs for the last 3 years that it's so nice to be getting off of them entirely. I no longer take amitriptyline. I've been off narcotics for, you guys know, I think I said like week 4 was the last time I had them. So I've been off of them for over a month now, or right at a month. The amitriptyline I was put on right after I got hurt, which was in June of last year. So I'm almost to the 1 year mark of when I got hurt. So I got tapered off of those, off the amitriptyline. I've been on Lyrica for probably a solid 2 years, and I am halfway through my taper of Lyrica, which is awesome. I feel better all the time, and I think the reason I feel better all the time is because I'm getting off of all this crap that I don't need to be on, and it does terrible things to your body. Both amitriptyline and Lyrica are very well known for causing weight gain. I have gained over 50 pounds in the last year. Some of it is my own doing. It is depression, it is inactivity, it is poor eating. Some of it, I believe, is related to the medications. So I can tell you this. I have become very mindful of my eating again. I have become more active, obviously. I do 100 crunches a day on my ball. I do, and I'm walking every day. I started off by walking 20 minutes. I'm up to walking anywhere from 30 to 45. And I could walk longer than that. And there's times I walk multiple times a day, it just varies. So I'm active again. And really, like, that's all the activity I can do. So, you just do what you can do. And when they tell me I can do more, then I'll start doing more. I'm taking my Plexus, and I've really, after 5 months of taking it and trying things, I've really honed in on what's working, and my weight is going down. So, I'm being really successful at this point. I feel great. I'm moving again. I'm eating better. My appetite is under control. I'm not craving just shit all the time. In fact, it doesn't even sound good a lot of times anymore, which is awesome. And I just feel happy again. The depression is kind of lifted, and I can see, this is, when I say this, people are going to think this is so corny, but I can see color again. I've battled depression on and off for a lot of years, and when it gets bad, I feel like everything's dark. And I look outside on a beautiful sunny day like it is today, and it just feels dark. And when I know that I'm doing better is when I look outside and I realize how bright all the colors are, how bright the grass is, how bright the leaves are. It's amazing. It's like that cloud is gone. So I'm doing super, super good. In fact, so good, we went home, my kids and I went home to our home for the weekend. We spent the weekend at home with my husband last weekend. It went really well. We're going back this weekend. We're going back the next weekend, which is Memorial Day. And we're going to stay for the long weekend. And then the weekend after that, we're probably going to move home. I'm to that point. I'm ready to go home. I've got a lot of projects in mind at home. I want to work on my, with my body being deteriorated for years, my house got that way too. So there's a lot of like reorganization and clean out and, some painting and stuff like that I want to do. And I still have some more time that I'm off work yet. I can't really do too much until the first week of July, which is when I go for my CT scan to make sure the fusion's there. And then I start physical therapy after that. So, I'm still a month and a half away from starting physical therapy. And then I'm kind of in the driver's seat with physical therapy. I'll probably have a month, 4 weeks, anywhere between 4 and 8 weeks of physical therapy, depending on what job I'm going back to. That's the other thing that's changing. I have applied and am interviewing for a new position in my company, and hopefully I'll hear something about that and that they'll want to move me into it. It's a management type position, so it's a increase in salary. It's more regular hours. It makes a lot of sense for life with 2 small kids and a bad back that will always be bad, and I need to be protective of that. So, I'm getting my life back in line, which feels awesome. Even if I don't get the management job, I still have a job to go back to, and, there's always potential to move, to do other things in life. So I don't worry about that aspect of things. But we're getting there. We're really getting back to some kind of new normal, which is awesome. My son is thrilled that I can do stuff again, and I can go out. Just this morning before I took him to school, he wanted to ride his bike, so we walked around the block while he rode his bike, and it's good. It's all really good. So anyway, that's it. That's kind of the update, the brunt of it anyway, and I don't want to just run on and on and on. So I hope you all are doing well. I thank you for watching and keeping track of me, and for all of your love and support you give me on Facebook. It's just, it helps so much. It has helped so much to have such positive people in my life. So I thank you all very much for being who you are and sticking through this with me. And I know it hasn't probably been easy to watch, but I appreciate it very much. So take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Mwah.